Hey there, folks. So this is the March 2018 Gentleman's Box unboxing. So Gentleman's Box, probably my favorite. I think of all the boxes I subscribe to, Gentleman's Box is the favorite. Definitely the favorite of the men's boxes, but given some of the past geek boxes that I've had, I would even say they kind of have risen to the top of all the boxes I subscribe to. The one thing I always keep saying I look for with boxes like this, I look what I call little moments of joy. That is to say, when I look in the box and I see something, it's like, oh my god, that's so cool! The one thing Gentleman's Box always does is they choose accessories around some kind of a theme. Usually a historic person, sometimes a fictional person. So it's a collection of accessories here. Now, accessories, for me, up until recently, really, really important because, I've shed some weight. And for a while, accessories were really the only thing that I could get out of these boxes. I only very, very recently, within like the last 3 weeks, have kind of fallen down into the 2 extra large range. Up until then, I was a 3X large. I was even in some cases a very low 4X large. But I'm kind of now to the point where if a designer puts something out in a 2 extra large, I can fit into it. So for a very, very, very long time, the accessories boxes were kind of really the only way that I could take an outfit and I could dress it up. I'll kind of, to give you all kind of a hint here, this is a shirt that about 3 months ago would have been proportionate. Maybe not. Maybe not snug, but to kind of help you understand the weight that I've lost here. So for me, accessories were always important, and accessories still are important. So let's see what we've got. Honoring our favorite narrator, and I have to say, I kind of took a look at the theme video. I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but let's give a quick. Wow, that's a lot of text here. We'll skim through. This respected actor and our honoree this month was born in Memphis in 1937. Growing up in middle school, he was enrolled in drama as part of a school punishment for teasing a girl and pulling a chair from underneath her. It turned out that our honoree was a natural on stage. Despite his talent, his heart was set on becoming a fighter pilot. He ended up declining a drama scholarship to join the Air Force after graduating high school in 1955. After 4 years of serving in the military, he had an epiphany that his heart was not set on being a fighter pilot, as it was not something he loved doing. Leaving the Air Force in 1959, our honoree set his path out west in Hollywood to become an actor. After countless days and long nights of auditioning for movie roles and plays, he received his big break, landing a role in a production of the play Hello, Dolly. From then, he started gaining national exposure in the TV series The Electric Company. In 1987, he finally became a Hollywood star when he was part of the cast of the film Street Smart. Known for his booming voice and calm demeanor, our honoree went on to star in well-known films such as Driving Miss Daisy, Shawshank Redemption, and Million Dollar Baby, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. His iconic stage and screen performances have brought to life characters from the whole spectrum of human existence, moving audiences around the world and influencing countless young artists. Off-screen, he helped organize Planet Now, an organization that seeks to provide preparedness resources for people living in areas affected by hurricanes and severe storms. Our honoree is an influential activist and environmentalist who speaks up on the standout issues around the world. So, pretty sure we're talking about Morgan Freeman there. So let's see what we've got here. It's kind of funny, they're talking about the Electric Company, and I'm just finishing up the second season of the rebooted One Day at a Time with Rita Moreno. At the end of the first season, the last episode, she gives out the iconic yell, "Hey, you guys," and my little inner 4-year-old just squealed hearing that. So let's see what we've got here. So the first thing we have is a deck of playing cards. It looks like Ballad Edition. Not going to open these right now just because I want to try to keep these short. Let's see what else we've got here. So this is a box marked Soft Landing brand. And oh. All right, so we have metal collar stays in 3 different sizes. This is one of those accessories you don't think about needing it until you need one. Usually the collar stay in the shirt becomes deformed. The collar stay may fall out. So definitely something like this, always nice to have. Let's see what we have here. So, obviously, a pair of sunglasses. Now, here's the thing. Having shed some weight, that has awakened my inner narcissist, and very recently I have pulled out my contact lenses and even went so far as to try wearing my contacts for a couple of full days. Of course, one of the problems is me being middle-aged. My eyes are now to the point where I need a reader, so I still had to carry a pair of glasses with me. I just kind of kept them tucked, right in the collar of my shirt. But I got to actually start wearing some of the sunglasses that I've been picking up, and these, I like the feel. My one big concern for sunglasses is that they are always just a little too small, but these actually fit. Weren't uncomfortable, weren't tight around the temples. We kind of have a very classic Wayfarer design. So definitely liking these sunglasses. And on the days when I throw the contacts in and I go out, I will absolutely take those out. So we have here a pair of socks. I'm just looking for Rutherford Sock Company. So the design itself is kind of a black and maize, not true yellow, kind of a slightly darker yellow. Who are we? We are Rutherford Sock Company. Welcome to Rutherford Gentlemen, your premier source for modern men's fashion. Are you tired of blending in? Stand up and stand out. Make a statement with bold socks that are sure to get you noticed. So here's the thing. I kind of mentioned this in one of my past videos. One of the joys of getting my weight back in check is not only that I can go back into that closet and start wearing the sport coats, and I had a moment about a week ago. A week ago was spring break on campus, so I just kind of sat around the house. Oh, who am I kidding? I was doing email and other work things remotely, but I actually did go back into the closet, and the sport coats fit. So at some point in time, I will probably do an unboxing video on the sport coat, and I have a ton of pocket squares that I'm going to have to actually go through and put in that sport coat. But the reason why I mention that is one of the issues that I was running into last year in 2017, I had grown to the size where wearing dress socks just really too uncomfortable. By the time I took them off, there was a huge compression ring down on my calf and ankle. But I think I'm to the point I'm probably going to start experimenting. And yeah, I still do the obligatory calf test with a pair of socks, just because some are a little tighter than others, and if they're a little unforgiving, they might compress. These actually don't feel bad. Kind of getting my finger around the packaging was difficult, but it's the packaging. It's going to be removed. But stretching them out, yeah, they don't feel exceptionally bad. So who knows? Probably a week or so. I'll probably try giving the socks a spin and see how they feel. So the last thing we have is from Gentleman's Collective, and it is oh my god! It's not only it's a tie clip, obviously. It's a saxophone tie clip. For me, one of the things that I'm really becoming appreciative of are the themed tie clips. One thing that also really struck me is if you take a look at the jaws on that tie clip, this thing can take just about anything. I have kind of a thick herringbone tie that I can't wear because a lot of the tie clips would just absolutely crumble. But something like this, again, I've talked about this in past videos. A lot of tie clip designers really don't think about the bite on their tie clip, the jaws. So I love it. Of course, the saxophone. Again, something fun, something that kind of stands out just a little bit. So it's, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the conservative bar. Just a straight bar, maybe a little patterning on the metal, maybe a little color in there. But, something like this, it just adds the tiniest bit of character to an outfit. So there we go, folks. That is your March 2018 Gentleman's Box, honoring our favorite narrator. So just to kind of go through, actually, you know what? Hang on. Let's see. We'll put everything back in the box as it appears. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting to talk about this. One thing that I really also appreciate about Gentleman's Box, not so much for myself, but for folks who are kind of newer to the game, people who may not have been thinking about accessories and styling and things like that. The one thing that I've always appreciated about Gentleman's Box is the fact that they include kind of a mini style guides for each of the pieces. So in other words, you can kind of tell what to pair it with. So like in this case, the socks, we've got the different styles that we can wear it with. We have like complementing colors, and again, a lot of guys really don't think about that, when they're kind of taking their first steps. They just think, I'll wear a pair of slacks, I'll wear a shirt, I'll wear a tie. They don't think about the idea of kind of, coordinating the tie with the socks, the shirt pattern with the tie pattern. So that's one of the things I always really, really, really appreciate about Gentleman's Box. They kind of go out of their way just a little bit to kind of help somebody who's new to this kind of start to get their game in place. So we'll start at the back. We have the G. Fox Company Wayfarer sunglasses. Next up, we have the saxophone tie clip. After that, as soon as we get the lid off the box, one-handed is never easy, especially when the box is a little tight. So next up, we have the soft landing collar stays. And then finally, we have the Seasons playing cards, deck of cards. And we have Rutherford Sock Company polka dot socks. So there we go, folks. That is your March 2018 Gentleman's Box unboxing. At this point in time, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, please, by all means, go ahead and hit the subscription button. This dovetails into the next one. So, please, by all means, subscribe. This is the standard video. I do talk. I sometimes talk about myself. I'm not one of these kind of airy, flappy unboxers. Part of understanding the experience with the box is understanding the person. In other words, what brought you to that point? What are you bringing to the game as you're looking through the stuff? For example, I can think about another unboxing company. I've looked through their box, and they've had some colossal misses. I'm thinking about a dog tag bottle opener from a couple months. And for me, I was like, my God, this is horrible. But you also have to understand, I'm a middle-aged dude in a white-collar profession. I'm not like a 20-something hanging out at the frat house or, kind of doing entry-level work where I'm going to go out, with brews with the bros afterwards. So, first of all, yes, please by all means subscribe. Secondly, leave feedback. I admit I may have been a little snarky. Somebody was like, oh my God, you talk so much, just unbox this stuff. That was not the channel for him. You kind of look and you make comments on it. So, again, please by all means subscribe. I think we've learned within the last 3 weeks, if you leave me comments, I will definitely try to make a response to the comments. Beyond that, I will see everybody for the next wave of boxes that are coming in. Espresso Box, I know Birchbox is on the way. On the Geek front, I think all 3 of the Geek boxes are en route right now. Or just for Gentleman's Box about this time next month. Come back and I will have the April Gentleman's Box. So until then, be good. Be good to each other. Stay safe out there. Tim Gooden, we're going to fucking miss you, man.